When you lose the initiative, you will be discovered. Have you not gone back? You said you were an intelligence officer. Once mission 7 fails, you'll have to take poison. The boss thought he was taking the pills right in front of him. Expected soon after. Upon successful completion of the task. Now, he just wants to go home and enjoy retirement. Because the nature of the work the family doesn't know. Your wife can't stand it. He worked for a long time and got divorced. Emma's daughter is also distancing herself from him. I know girls are very good at learning. Now, we're working on a water supply project. There are other things you don't know. I don't like Emma's boyfriend. I don't like my ex-wife's boyfriend either. You want to hold on to everything. I can't believe it's time for retirement intelligence. Barry's milk chem tells him of bad news. We have an agent who's about to die. It's called Panda. Spying in Guyana for a while. Guyana has a gangster organization. The boss is a child who used to be called Boro. At first, the father's killer was a Boro terrorist. He felt guilty, so he funded Boro's education. But he did not expect Boro to walk in his father's way. Now the intelligence agency wants to bust a spy to save Panda. It's the right time. Because you just need to find Boro. That doesn't make him suspicious. Not wanting at all. But Barry said if you don't go, Boros will bring the warheads to the auction. This thing has a lot of explosive force. If it explodes, the consequences are severe. No other choice. Just taking on the last mission. Boro only knows when he's his sponsor. I don't know if you killed your father. He had just arrived in Guyana and was warmly welcomed by Boro. Announce his business for the time being. He even took him to see his men fight for power. When I saw a small person, but washing hang, and the female when man. I feel curious. But when the enemy raised his head, he sprayed What's going on? This is not Mr. Sou's good daughter. Does my ass smell good? Now I know that the ghost is also an agent of the newspaper. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but it's hard to believe. You taught me that. Why do you drink and smoke and have red lipstick? That's not son. Embarrassed to go through the hole. Who thought that at this time Boro would bring people to find? I had to wait for my brother because he suddenly disappeared. When the outside is calm, but there's a bit of panic inside. Last night, you and I dealt with 2 of Boro's boys their bodies under their guts. The EMA says it's not harvest season. No, but you forgot one thing. That this weather will have floods. The water carried the 2 bodies out. Boro looked at the bodies of his juniors and doubted them. This has never happened Boro here. Immediately sent someone to arrest them. I was able to contact Agent Panda before he left. He sneaked into Boro's warehouse. You and Emma get the Panda family out of here. But the enemy is chasing closely behind. I almost got shot when I jumped into the family. They're waiting for a helicopter. But Boro came a step earlier. He couldn't believe it when he betrayed him. In anger, he took his daughter. Wants to press when he says, here's why. He said straight out that he was the one who killed his father. He funded you with school food. A gun at Panda's daughter's head. I don't understand why I'm saying this. Are you not afraid of death? Boro's men were shot to the ground. He also did not dare to drive away. Panda is saved, but it's not over yet. If Boro is still outside, he'll make trouble. Leaders of the press Choluk and Emma continue following this case. There's been a train carrying nuclear waste recently. It just carried passengers. Shipped nuclear waste to the assembly site. The amount that can fill a large truck. That can flood a large city with sulfur. 15 soldiers wouldn't give up an opportunity like this. If he doesn't leave, he'll steal the train. Tasks of time and is to stop him and protect the safety of the passengers on board. So my ghost and I pretended to be passengers on board. They guess there's Boros inside. I feel like I'm eating a sandwich. At OD Love, he said to be careful not to rush. The results are not waiting. The observer saw Boro's axis of ascension. Flying on the train. He wanted to use a helicopter to attack the train. Where's the sandwich guy's dad? Speculation of the correct mistake of the moment made them miss the opportunity. Now Boro's people are smoking with nuclear material, but being overwhelmed by the enemy. He just went back to the Emma and discussed how to solve it. Before Boro drained the scrap. They only have 12 minutes of action. Emma wants to shoot down the spindle, but his partner said the train was about to pass. This is Kazakhstan, one of the world's leading agricultural producers. If you shoot down the spindle, the scrap will shoot out around last. If we can't cut off the drain, then force them to cut themselves off. But how do we increase the speed of the train? The speed of the helicopter is 300 kilometers per hour. If the train is faster, they'll have to pull the hood. The train can only travel at 240 miles per hour. Wanted to exceed this speed when Emma had to enter the control room. Or put the river in the control room. The driver refused to perform his duty. His collaborators say the colder the magnet, just pump a lot of refrigerant into the system. It will make the train go faster. So it's time to open the refrigeration system. He asked how many refrigerant valves to open. Barry's helping you monitor the enemy. The opponent exchanges raw for green pills. Barry is afraid of 4. Okay, I've opened 4. Why did you open for wine? I didn't say anything. Mary just hit him when she asked me to monitor the situation. My father's had. there on such a dangerous mission. He did not forget to deal with the enemy. This time it's good. The four-cooling phases are even though they cut off the tail but also makes the train travel at breakneck speed. If you don't stop in time. Ships entering the city ahead are in danger. An out-of-control train is worse than artillery. My mom and I just thought about how 500 cold could make the train accelerate. 500 heater is not possible. The speedboat gave me the ghost decided to hang on the nuclear waste. As long as you open the window that connects to the junkyard, the suction then they can solve this problem. I don't want you to take that remember risk. Bringing to magnets. As long as you crawl up then to the ceiling. Protect Emma from falling out of the train. It's just that at critical times Emma has to act on its own. To people get the suction hose connected to the ship. It makes the train slow down. After that, when reporting the situation, they can stop to the leader from smoking. But I couldn't catch him either. The leader led them to continue waiting for orders. We've got a clue to start working. A few days later, the leaders held that Boro had a new plot. This time he kidnapped a physicist. A physicist once wrote a paper on the subject. How to draw on nuclear material and use it. For Boro, this is a paper for him. There's a physicist. He just needs to do more processing to get a big weapon. If the leader wants to find Boro, the physicist's previous paper will rely on the essay to find the material. They know the material and its location before Boro. There will be trees waiting for rabbits. But now there's a problem. That's the thesis of the physicist who was captured by the Moroccan government. They see it as national property. It should be strictly protected. There is no Wi-Fi. Intelligence can't break in. The only way is for Auden to be the most handsome. The nest went to seduce the supervisor to the same people and dorms. And then use the Nebula's app to pull data from the hard drive. Emma and I are finally free. This time they just need to follow the support. This task is not difficult at all. What they didn't expect was the reduction of He is a man who is not brave. We've got to be flexible. Let me not be. When I don't like you, I leave out what you say. She put on Eden's clothes and went to the supervisor. They start talking when they smoke but can't do anything. He told her to listen to the supervisor's then give your partner Russ forever. On the opposite side. I brought it quickly according to the supervisor to the dormitory the game of intelligence theft. But it's hard to help her restore her signal. You definitely cut off contact between them. Because you know you can't go into a tiger cave and catch a tiger. It's only when you wait for the supervisor to fall asleep that you get a chance to do it. EMA is very smart. You have just attacked the enemy and threatened the enemy. You stole documents from the security guard. If he calls someone, it's hard to escape. When it is below the EMA, it is safe to escape. Based on stolen documents. The elves just learned of Boro's next plan. He wants to turn nuclear waste into dynamite. The most important thing is a small nuclear reactor. This is extremely rare. Only a few research organizations use it. So what they need to do now is to use this reactor to trap Boro. Bonbi and Gypsy is the right character to attract The bulletin board assigned this to the team at the time of processing. His daughter involved. Even when protesting. How the leader still let Emma do the job. They need to go to Turkey together to save knitting. Squeeze toothpaste into the wall. And then you pour acid on top of that. And you drop Barry relies on this to save prisoners from knitting outside. And then Jack put him on the plane. We need you to sell something to Boro. In exchange, you will be free to meet your beloved son. I know Boro now, but compared to seeing my son, this little acquaintance is nothing. He immediately agreed and called Boro. I have the reaction in my hand that he needs. I need him to give me enough money. He'll sell the reaction to him. The team is obviously in trouble. He set the time and place of the transaction. Everything is going according to plan. But when Time and Emma gave up the reaction to the car, got into a fight over Emma's boyfriend. Emma agrees to her boyfriend's proposal. It makes me very dissatisfied. You don't like your boyfriend. The girl feels he doesn't deserve her. You two argue endlessly. Soon after, the two men drove away. The truck was stolen. Emma stood in one place. If you don't have a reaction board, you're out of business with Boro. In a hurry. Find the location of the truck and discuss the black matter should go or stay. When you feel the current situation, trading time with Boro, and Barry's still in prison. The prison is about to roll. If Black doesn't come back in time, everything will be revealed. You just have to find the reaction to be Black. I went to see Boro, but he didn't want to come back so fast. He said that if we delay the transaction, just tell me to deliver it to a Shopee customer. Your brother is sick. I feel bad inside. So call a doctor to check for symptoms. I just listened to the Emma. Boro didn't suspect anything, but he only delayed 30 minutes. Afraid of not having a reaction. This time everyone is out of their way. If the time is set, Den no longer works. They hit him, talked about bringing him back then first. Find someone to impersonate Den's junior After the discussion, they were ready to act. When I opened the door, I found out that Dan had run away. We hear them talking so we don't get prison again. I left a message and didn't keep my word and ran away. Time and Emma found the stolen reaction again. Suddenly, there's a very black man If the enemy doesn't want to work with them, they sent him back to prison. After taking Barry out, they took Dan to see Boro. Agent Eden posing as Don's junior. He explained and was afraid of catching So standing in the distance did not dare to approach. Boro's not that stupid. When you eat Dan went a lot and told him to fake it. Fortunately, So Emma understood he instructed Dan to fake the move. Boro saw that, then suspected the transaction went well. But at this moment, the wound on the fake Dan is bleeding. Boro quickly left the scene. His men stayed behind to deal with Auden. Fortunately, Boro got some drugs. I have not run far and fell to the ground. Take him back at the same time. After Boro was caught, I thought I was finally retired. The Boro woman refused to reveal other transaction objects. There's a lot of people who want to buy weapons. If you don't summarize that, the star must continue to act. When you asked Boro to know his clients through a dark web exchange, he then took Boro to make a video to prove his identity. They want to borrow this to summarize Boro's clients, but they underestimated Boro's abilities. He is not his customer. It's his men. Aim for a moment without turning back. I watched him take the nuclear weapon away. This time it was costly and damaging. Boro ran away and the nuclear warhead fell into his hands. There's chips and nuclear waste. Boro can create nuclear weapons. Now their mission is not to capture Boro and his clients. It's stealing those things back. Security agencies send messages. Boro's will sell his weapons. Fortunately, they were able to get out. Boro's boys will go to Moscow to gamble. This is the group's only chance to act. The participant's phone is placed in a barrel. We can get the data if we can sneak in. That way they can get all the information in the phone of the Boro Juniors, even where Boro might appear. People quickly around the area. The couple engaged in gambling, and Emma was in charge of controlling the couple. Barry just got a partner to believe in impersonating them. Marcel participated in gambling. Put the device to get the data in the form of the phone into their surprise. The game hasn't started yet. How long has Boro been here? Jerk Barry Tina. Our target has appeared next to you. Don't let Boro leave alive. Boro didn't come to gamble. He came to deal with the boss. Tina hurriedly stood up and put poison in the wine. You want to use this to kill Boro. I can't believe the wine was drunk by someone else. Western Han is about to die. Barry then plays a play that tells him to cheat. It's a taboo. Cheaters get dragged out. The other players get their chips back. Get out of here. Tina and Barry get away. They can't kill Boro, but this time they're getting information from Junior's voice. They're going to find Boro soon. The intelligence meeting is open today. Thanks to information from the phone of the Boro Juniors, they quickly track down Boro's whereabouts. Leader to destroy the group when going to destroy Even Boro. If you don't admit to killing your child. Food for learning. But they also have to do their job. Anyway, if Boro doesn't die, his weapons will be distributed around the world. It's caused more deaths. Once they come in, the land of Boros will be attacked. But they didn't panic. They panicked after that. Although everyone dealt with it in time, Adong was shot. We're just moving people under the water pipe. Charles stayed behind to help Adong pick up the follow you to find a mate. Even though the age is high, but not with young men. He quickly and decisively destroyed Boro's men. Then we found Boro, but when he raised his hand in surrender, he softened. The result is the same as the attack. Boro quickly left the scene. On the way out, he met Emma. He stole the gun and strangled her. She was a spy at his place. He has wanted to deal with you for a long time. But he still can't choke you. The boys pulled the pin of the grenade and he caught the grenade and threw it back. Grenades roll to the death zone, Mom. The exit was blocked, and the others did not dare to linger. Tina told them nuclear weapons of Boro's use explosives as explosive devices. If a nuclear weapon is near a high-temperature fire, then the nuclear weapon will explode. This explosive force can make everyone around. He died, but even so, he refused. You have to save the ghost. Tina told him to go to the window and he ventilated it. If the ghost is not dead, find a way out this way. Immediately go outside and hit the vent. Emma and Boro have a truce. They agreed to leave together. I heard Emma hastily knocked back with a stick. They used the month's code to exchange information. No, Boro and Emma are together. In a hurry to open the vent. Tell Boro to put Emma first. He promised he'll get him out. But after Emma went out, she didn't keep her word. You used to be my son, but she's my biological daughter. Goodbye to the bad boy. They didn't have time to leave Boro there. They thought he was dead for sure. I suspect sometime later, Boro's men stormed into his wife's wedding. He is not dead, but buried in the river below. The boys dug him up, but he was radioactive. His wish now is to kill Time and Emma. He raped his ex-wife at the time of arrest, and the ghost massacred each other. He didn't expect it when he signaled to his ex-wife. Boro finally went to Pluto's beetle, but that doesn't mean the family will be safe. A little more. They are now calling to announce that their information has been leaked. Later they had to hide. Where they hide is up to them. Here is the full story of the movie Fuba. Do you see this movie or not? Before the 10-point mark. How many points did you rate? Please send the answer below the comments section. Let us know. Thank you for your interest. Follow us. Hi, see you later.